Scola. I wasn't going out trying to get a radio gig. I thought it would be fun and interesting if I heard about something. Even down here in Greenville, around Greenville, I was thinking like it might be cool to see what the local stations are around here, the talk stations, and grab an hour on some local station and talk politics. But I wasn't looking for anything. And then, WABC has some personnel changes going on, and they inquired as to what I was up to and if I'd be interested. And of course I'd be interested. There are some people that would say, why? I've heard that one. Why? Why not? It's another outlet. I enjoy doing this. There are some people that do this that really, really look and sound like they do not enjoy doing it, because they don't, Kevin Brennan. They do it because they need money. Then there are people that enjoy doing it, and they also like the income part of it. You do a show, it's fun, you're absolutely enjoying doing it, and you're making money doing it. That's great, Shuli. And who are these podcasts? And then there are people that don't look like they're having any fun and don't make any money doing it. Opie. Chad. Stut Joe. It's there's a bunch of reasons, I guess, that people do this. The guy is so anchored to 20, 30 years ago that he just can't get past it to even try to do something new. Anytime you see him on a show, it's hilarious because all he does is talk about the old days. It was on Howard Stern, biggest radio show. Jay Leno. It's like, yeah, but what are you doing now? Opie is another example. Jesus Christ. At least in Opie's favor, he's got money. I don't think John has much money. Opie's got money. He could retire and do nothing. But again, when I talk about a vanity project or things that people do just because they want to show that they're still doing something, but you don't want to really hit the gas pedal on it. You don't want to put yourself into it. Give it your all. So it comes off as half-assed, shoddy, lazy. And it's not a thing that anyone could really define. There aren't a lot of people excited about it. And I think you just do it because it's expected of you. You want to save face by saying, I do something in broadcasting. I saw a couple of these people that have these attitudes. I watched a little of Opie's show at some ungodly hour. It was literally, and I know it's daylight savings, but it was literally like pitch black nighttime behind him out the window. Like, who gets up at that hour? Who gets up at that hour? If you don't have to. Like, I see my buddy Fred from Brooklyn. He'll take a short video or a quick picture of him in his work van driving to a job out of Brooklyn, and it's dark out. And I'm like, well, because I know, and Fred knows, he's got to do a job. He's got to do some chimney work. So he understands, and we understand, he got to get up early. A lot of people have to get up early. I get that. What the fuck is he getting up before the sun comes up? I guess he enjoys it. And then he sits down and does this thing, this podcast for 20, 30 people. And he proceeds to start talking, the comments he gets get him revved up. And we all know it. And the trolls know it. So they get on and they start posting these things like, hey, did you listen to Anthony on ABC last night? No, I didn't listen. Why? Why would I listen to that? I'm like, oh boy. I listen. I watch. I see what these guys are up to. Why wouldn't I? It's such a phony thing to just go, yeah, I don't listen. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't have the time. You don't have the time. You're up at fucking 3 a.m. in front of a camera. You're up all fucking day. What else are you doing? So I watch. I wouldn't lie about that. There are other shows in the Dabbleverse and whatnot. But I know last night was a thing. It involves me, and I'm involved in certain areas of broadcasting and entertainment that other people want to pop on and either talk about it, compliment it, critique it, shit on it, whatever it is. I get it. And Opie's like, I don't watch that. I don't know. And then he just goes about, shitting on the deal. Like, oh, his big debut at Sunday night at 8 o'clock on AM radio. Yeah, Sunday night, 8 o'clock on AM radio, WABC, New York. You know why? I have a great perception of self. I know where I am in life and in this industry. I know where I am. I know that I was exiled, persona non grata, in the broadcast radio circles, as is Opie. He is. He has the O&A stench on him. He was fired for gross misconduct over at SiriusXM for taking pictures over the top of a shit stall in a bathroom of Roland. It's, it's kind of weird because I think it's called sexual harassment. I think that is actually in the workplace during those films you have to watch. I think if they used that as an example in one of those, sexual harassment films that they show you in the workplace, I think that would go under sexual harassment. Here's something that should never be done, even if you're friends who are used to joking around about these things. Was it right for Opie to have recorded Roland in the privacy of a toilet stall? Let's go back and watch. Like they would have just put this as sexual harassment. He's nude. I know, slow down, picturing a half nude Roland. So I think it was like a sexual harassment thing. I don't think they wrote it down as the reason for firing, but it's gross misconduct. So then you're out of the business. You're out of the business. And he's been doing this, whatever it is, since. And he looks at something like the job I took at ABC as a downgrade, as something like, why would you do it? Making, goofing on the fact that it's a Sunday night gig on AM radio. And I can't get into details, contract details. I can't, but I'm going to say a few things that I hope you can maybe figure out. Because this is, Opie, just the trolls get him. The trolls said I was making $300,000, and it just drove Opie crazy. And he had to keep saying that he's making, at the most, he's not even making $500 a show. Truth be told, when I was in the meeting up in New York, I was given a number, and it's one show. So the number I was given, I assumed, I swear to you, I'm not going to say what the number was, but I assumed it was a per show number. It just sounded like that. Sounded like, this is what we can pay you. And then he said a number, and I thought that number was per show. I get my contract, and I read through it very meticulously, and I see the part of the contract that says compensation. And I see that the number he gave me that I thought was a per episode number was the yearly salary. My eyes bugged out of my fucking head. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't care about getting paid, a large sum of money. But at that moment, I was like, I just got a substantial raise from what I thought I was making. Like Opie said, I thought I'd get a pay rate of whatever per show. I don't know how they worked things over there. And the way he put it sounded like it was, an amount with a little decimal point, and that's how much I made per show. Don't care. For direct deposit, and I won't even think about it. But then I see the contract. I'm like, oh my God, he was talking about a yearly salary when he mentioned that amount. So Opie doesn't know. He doesn't know what it is. He says 500 an episode. He's way off. Because again, I know what I do, and other people know what I do. Let's see. Oh, well, it's coincidental. I was just talking about how everybody has, the other day, not just what I was saying. The other day, I was just talking about how everyone has a podcast. Everyone's new 15 minutes of fame is a fucking podcast. And 99.9% of them are pieces of shit. They suck. They're not entertaining. I called it, I think accurately, I've called it digital panhandling. This is groveling. It's begging. It's no different than when you walk down the street in New York City and see a bum sitting on the sidewalk with a sign and a plate, and they just want you to give them money. They're begging. What are they offering you? Nothing. Maybe they can't offer you anything. I don't know. I've seen some people in Times Square. They hit a spackle bucket, play a little tune. They jump around and do flips, or they're dressed like Elmo. A number of other things. The naked cowboy, the disgusting naked cowgirl, Sandy Kane. They're giving you something, whether you want it or not. Whether it's good, whether you're averting your eyes, like in the case of Sandy Kane, is a whole nother story. But they're giving something in return of your charity, your donation, whatever you want to call it. The bum, the panhandler, is just sitting there. And by their very nature of being a lazy bum or a mental patient, that's all they're doing. And they expect you to throw money at them for just that. Well, podcasting has become that. Digital panhandling. Digital bums sitting there, doing nothing, supplying nothing, giving you nothing, and just expecting you to deal out your little super chat change. Here you go, old timer. Hit the road was the old statement. Could you spare a dime for a fellow American who's down on his luck? Hit the road. Remember that, Bugs Bunny? Instead of the stick with the bandana with his some of his goods in it, it's a computer and a camera. That's all you need. Right? And instead of that little jingle of change in their cup, it's a super chat. But you're still a fucking bum. You're a bum, Jules, because without a job or money, you're just like them, a bum. I just wandered to Earth, like Kung Fu, like Kane and Kung Fu. Now you're a bum. And that's the majority of podcasts. But it's It's digital panhandling. He should have an old, broken, dusty fedora and a little piece of cigar. Can you help out a guy who's down on his luck? I'm down on my luck. Opie? I don't know what that is. If he's not talking about me, he's not getting anything. So he just tries to keep this thing ball rolling, especially lately. And like right now, I'm mentioning his name, I'm talking about him, but I don't sit there and tag my videos with the name and put up little captions like, oh, Anthony again. Oh, the Opie and Anthony saga continues. When Opie talks, he writes up his synopsis of a video like there's a third person there, like someone else wrote it. He's writing it. Listen to Opie as he discusses Anthony. And yeah, I'll address Opie when it comes up, but to just depend on Opie for views, for content, I got plenty. There are plenty of things to talk about. I do it every day, and I don't mention him. But I'm talking about digital bums, digital beggars, and digital panhandlers today. So he has to come up in that. The mud shark, I guess. But again, what is that? Steel toe? I don't even really have a problem with steel toe. It's like tepid water. I don't have a problem with it. It just doesn't interest me. But that's digital begging. What are you giving your audience besides you screaming at the chat, squinting at the chat for the next super chat to come up, or the next comment that you don't like or do like, and just yelling about it? I don't know. Anthony solved the problem. Well, I just learned about this one. Pop that link up if you could. Steve had sent money to Opie Radio. Opster ordered a Brother Man t-shirt. I swear to you, there are indeed Brother Man t-shirts. On January 4th, and it still isn't here. What's the dealio? Cheers. Here's the order, the product. Opie Radio Brother Man Tee, Black XL. I think I'm a little skeptical about the size, Steve. Maybe you didn't want to click that double XL. Maybe. So how much was it? Put that back up, please. Okay, so it's, I guess, $29 plus $4 shipping. Note, love you, Opie, LOL. Lots of love. Oh, clever. How's that going for you? Being clever. And he hasn't received it. It's been fucking how long? Oh, this stupid Streamlabs thing keeps coming up and loading. I hate it. Oh my God. Yeah. So January 4th. February 4th? March 4th. We're looking at over 2 months. Over 2 months. Joe Biden was still president when Steve ordered this Brother Man t-shirt. Brother Man. From the Opster. So, where am I? Blink. There we go. So go to the next tweet that he posted because he hadn't gotten a response. It's above that one, I think. It's the first one. I click on the link again. There we go. Okay. Now, I guess this is from yesterday. Oops, sup. Just reviewing my t-shirt orders from the past few months and realized I still don't have the Brother Man t-shirt. What the heck is going on, dude? Can we meet up at Get Bots for a refund and a beej? Maybe beer. Looks like beej to me. Just a multitude of question marks there for the Brother Man shirt. And there's Steve Conti, the Steve portion of the Garrett and Steve show. I want to tell you something, Steve. I am personally going to look into this and hopefully come up with a solution that is equitable for all involved, like I did with the camera controversy. So I don't know why. I would think that with the merch Opie has out there, that this would be maybe it's flying off the shelves. Maybe there's an Amazon sorting facility level of merch flying out the door, and they just can't handle the volume of Brother Man T-shirts that are going out. So I don't know, but Steve, I'm gonna look into this one. I'm gonna get my people on it, and we'll see what happened to your Brother Man T-shirt. Just wanted to let everybody know that that's in the works. We'll buy a car. I don't know if it was bought new or used or anything, but by the way, this used to be an old radio promotion. This was an old shock jock promotion. I assure you, because the Opie and Anthony show did this up at WAAF in Boston. It was the, I just got douche chills just thinking of it. It just popped in my head. Oh, I literally have douche chills. Hold on, let me recover. Brr. I believe a Super Bowl was happening that involved probably, I guess, the Pats, because we were up there and they were very Patriot oriented, and the Broncos. And we did something called the Bronco Bash. Yeah, come on, people. We're going to get a Bronco, a Ford Bronco, and we're going to go to a sponsor location. We're going to go to Bob's used car dealership located right on Route 9. Go down and see them. Some of the best cars at the lowest prices. And we'd go there, and we put the Bronco there, and we get a couple of sledgehammers and some goggles for safety and gloves. And you could come down and take a whack at the Bronco, because the Broncos, get it? How it goes. How embarrassing. Unfuck believable. We did that. Yes. The Bronco Bash. Is there a picture of that, Sean? Could you look up, just go to Google and put Opie and Anthony WAAF Bronco Bash. I remember people taking pictures. There's got to be a dumb picture of me and Opie standing there with sledgehammers in front of the Bronco. What a brilliant promotion. We're Shuck Jacks. So shocking. Oh, oh. Well, that's us at NEW.
That was in Monarchy.
Wait, was it at, okay, hold on. Right now, just leave it right there. I am wrong. It was not AAF. We had already gotten to New York. This is a WNEW event with the Jets and the Broncos, I believe it was. The Jets and the Broncos. Oh, right. But the same thing. It was, see, it's so similar to the shock jockey things. It was NEW, New York, the Bronco Bash. There's the Bronco. We had to paint WNEW on it. You always want the calls on there for when the media shows up. It's good press. Unlike what Anthony's been getting. Yeah, but play a little of this. I know I'm taking a left turn here. But
Manny's is a great little sports bar. It's a huge place. And
right.
Anthony
Manny's, come down to Manny's Sports Bar.
some attention any way we could.
Yeah, we went wacky.
Oh, the papers ate it up. We decided to bash a Bronco because, what, the Jets were playing the Broncos, I guess?
That was a big turning point for the show.
It sure was.
Kind of got us our first little blast of attention.
We thought it would be cute, but remember, they pretty much, like, set the Bronco on fire. They were animals.
Oh, yeah, they almost rioted.
It became...
It was supposed to be a sledgehammer, and then you come up, you bash the Bronco with the sledgehammer for a little while.
Right.
And you give it to the next guy and let him do it.
Yeah.
And they wound up, it was like on fire, being rolled over, rolling it over children.
Was there disco records in that Bronco?
Oh, Pat from Munaki. Oh, look at that.
Jesus.
Bonanama Pat from Munaki. Yeah, the Bronco bash. Okay, it was New York. Same difference. But yeah, it was just a shock jock thing. It's an old shock jock thing. And people are doing it now. They're buying Teslas. And it's like, come on, let's bash the Tesla. Radio stations should do this. Liberal radio stations, moronic radio stations, to get a little publicity. Come on out. So fucking embarrassing. And then Sunday, I do my show live from the WABC New York City studios. And my guest that day, the incomparable Mr. James Norton. Jimmy will be joining me. It's the first time we've been on broadcast radio together in quite some time. I guess K-Rock, when we were doing the K-Rock FM radio and then over to XM, the walkover we would do. So I guess that's the last time we were actually on broadcast radio airwaves together. We did have, the Opster there to make sure, Opie's like the hangover for the drunk. What I was just talking about, all the fun, you drink and you're like, there has to be a check and a balance. But we won't have that check. See, it'll be just like getting drunk without the hangover on Sunday, April 13th. So, Brennan, do you think I'd care if he gets a gig somewhere doing something? No, of course not. Of course not. Opie, God bless. I wish the guy would get a job. Keep him out of my shit. But no, they just get mad and continue doing exactly what they've been doing, which makes them miserable, it seems. I'm doing just what I want to do. They all this is what I want to do. No matter how much it is, how little it is, it's usually how little it is, how unfunny or not entertaining it is. They're like, I am exactly where I want to be in life. This is what I want. And you're like, why are you so miserable then? I'm happy to be, I'm home. I'm looking out windows to my beautiful property with woods and the sun is shining. And I do an hour-and-a-half show 4 days a week. What is there to be angry about under those circumstances? And then you get people like, the Opster and John and Brennan, and they're apparently doing only an hour. Seems to be from their home. It's not 5 days a week. So whenever they want. And they're fucking miserable. They're just angry, looking to lash out at anyone who is enjoying what they do and having a good time. And thank God it's lucrative. You actually pull in some money. You're entertaining people. You're getting your point of view out there, venting, whatever it is. But just a group of miserable motherfuckers out there. Lighten up. Have a little fun. Don't worry so much about what other people are doing. Have a good time. Have a good time all the time. I had Steve Grillo on the show last night. Steve put out a new book called Gorilla Parts. He was, of course, involved with the Howard Stern show from like 91 to 98. And if you want to hear it, go over to any of the places I told you when I was talking through a shitty mic, and you could hear it. But he drops motherfucker in the first 30 seconds. The motherfucker. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. Oh, God. So they got a dump out of it. It's like the old days, like the old Opie and Anthony on WNEW days. There's going to have to be some guy locked in a closet with a 35, 40-second delay, and then the key that you turn that goes to Van Halen. If we keep saying something naughty. That's what they did at WNEW for us. So they had to dump out of him a couple of times. Then he said shit a little after that, and I'm just like laughing. I know they can handle it with the dump button, but I'm like, Grillo, you fucking were on the #1 most popular radio show ever, and you don't know how to do radio? And then he brought up a point that I kind of get. He goes, all I've been doing are podcasts. I was like, oh, right. Yeah, because that's the thing. That's what everyone's doing. No one's doing radio anymore. So it's all podcasts. Everyone's got a fuck podcast. So I get it. He was actually on the Opsters show at Get Pads before he did my show later that evening. And I had some comments, you know. He was on Opie. Opie got him first. And I'm like, first of all, who gives a shit? Who gets a guest first? The guy's going around. He's doing every show because he's got a book out. So I don't care. I don't care what shows he goes on. Go on the Opster. Hope he had a good time. You know, my show probably he got to a few more people when he did my show. So I don't care who does other shows. I mean, it's obvious that's never bothered me. We've had people that worked at Compound Media that went on shows of people that I wasn't very fond of. And who gave a shit? Whatever. Do what you want. I ain't the boss of you. But these days, I don't know. And models are very deceiving. I dated a model for, I don't know, a year or so. It was a very tumultuous relationship. It was during my time where I was a little out of control. I think Opie spoke about it when he was talking about Iraq. That Anthony, he's inhuman. He's done some crazy things in his... I'm not even going to get into the Opster thing today, though, but I just brought it up because that was during that crazy time. I call it fucking fun, living life to its fullest time. When I tell everyone, money was not the issue. Money was not paramount to me. I wanted to get back on broadcast radio. Like I said, wasn't searching it out, but I wanted to do it. There's a part of it that was some kind of vindication. Yes, I was persona non grata on broadcast radio. I had supposedly fucked up so badly that I would never again be able to go on broadcast radio. And to me, I didn't like that. You know, I took responsibility for what I did, never apologized for it. But, you know, you can understand the corporate mindset. I said some things on a public social media platform, not during working hours, nothing really different from what I was talking about anyway on the Opie and Anthony show. But somehow, you know, it was the perfect time. It was the perfect chemical mixture of get the fuck out of here, Anthony. So the vindication angle is a little bit. It was part of it. I will admit that. But another part of it, and the biggest part of it, and people that know me, and maybe even some fans, recognize that I just love doing this. It's fun for me. This is fun. I don't get up in the mid-afternoons. I don't wake up at the crack of 1 p.m. and ever go, fuck. I got to do the show. And, you know, just slumped over, dragging my feet, turning on the equipment and doing a show. I enjoy it. When there's a bit of show prep that I see that I think is going to make for a good break, something I'm interested in, something that could be funny or compelling, I look and go, oh, God, that's good. This is going to be a good show. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is a good show. Sometimes it's not a good show. You all know what I do for a living. But that's why. It's the single biggest reason why. A little vindication and okay. All right. A little bit of being able to smash it into a few people's faces. Little of that. But like I said, for the most part, I enjoy it. But the money angle seems to be very important to some people. Some people, we've heard Opie talk about it. Guy's not even... I was offered $40,000 a year. I told him to fuck off, to F off. They're paying 1 to 2 hours a week for a show 1 day a week, 2 hours. The guy's not making $500 an episode. And I'm like, all right, that's what the Opster thinks. That's fine. If they offered him $40,000 a year, who am I to say whether that's good or bad or compare it to what they offered and paid me? And, you know, one of those things. But getting back to the Opster thing, he's another one that, in a different way from John and Brennan, but they do have this common factor. And I think it's narcissism, which is so weird. Wouldn't you think narcissists would have to live in this? Well, he does live in a palatial. Yeah, maybe that doesn't work with the Opster. But he just he's miserable all the time. And here's the great thing. Someone here will go to Opie's show and go, Anthony was on YouTube trashing you. And it'll be funny. And it'll go, oh, really? Well, fuck him and this and that and the other thing. And meanwhile, I'm not trashing him. I swear to you, look at it. I don't trash him. I call him stupid for what he's doing or not doing. But I don't trash Opie. I just try to tell him what he should be doing. He's doing something that is so out of bounds. Do a show. And every time I bring this up, which is really, this is kind of funny. I watch his show and he does a little bit of what I say. He's trying to have topics. He's trying to actually do something that has a beginning, middle, and end. So I think this might be working. My tactic might be working. I'm not shitting on him. I want to see him do well. If he got a gig on any radio station, I would never have reacted to it like he has to me getting a job. Oh, AM radio. Oh, 1 night a week. Oh, he's got, like, I'd be like, awesome. I'm going to listen to that. And then people go, did you hear Anthony on ABC? And he goes, I don't listen to that. Why would I listen? And like, be real, be honest. I've said it. I listen to everything. I listen to every show. What else do I have to do? I'm scrolling through fucking X and YouTube and Instagram. You think I'm not going to just stop and go, let's see what the Opster's doing. Let's see what Brennan's up to. Let's see what this idiot's doing. I watch it. Why would you be embarrassed? What flex is it to say that you're actually listening to shows that like critique you? I listen. I watch. Whatever. So I watch his show and I go, what are you doing? Do something. Do a show. It just seems like this ramshackle nonsense. And then when he's called out on it, I've said this in the past, he just goes, I'm not doing a show. I'm just doing what I like. This is what I want to do. I'm doing what makes me happy. And it's amazing to watch these guys that are doing what makes them happy. Opie, Stut Joe, Brennan, the other guys. You know who I'm talking about when I say the other guys. Never want to give them the pleasure of mentioning their name on my popular program. But what are they doing? Nothing. They're begging for super chats and giving the audience nothing whatsoever. It's embarrassing. Have a plan. This was yesterday's show. I have shit that I had talked about already, and I got like every single line you see on this is a story. Do I get to all of them? Fuck no. But I thank God I have more than I would ever need. And then on my phone, in my notes, I have new stuff that I start putting in my notes the second my show's over on Thursday. I start. And by the way, now that I have this WABC show, the second my ABC show over, I make another WABC prep folder and start putting shit in that. I work at what I do. It's all I have to do. So to call it work is even silly. And you know what they do? Nothing. They stare at their fucking chat and read it and get pissed at the insults and crow about the compliments and read off the fucking prices of the super chats and give the people nothing in return. That's why I've called them digital panhandlers. They are no better than a bum laying on the street harassing people to give them money as they walk down the sidewalk of whatever fair city you reside in. It's pathetic. Stuttering John is retarded. I get that. I'll even throw him that slack. He's had some medical issues. I would never shit on anyone for that. But I think statistically, he's retarded. So I might even give him the benefit of the doubt. Brennan, the Opester, a couple of these other people, you can't come up with one fucking hour of topics to just something you're interested in. You're just going to sit and go, don't forget I'm funny. Leslie Wilkins, the other guy's Opie's Peacock. He got you. Matt, Digital Panel is hilarious. Lobster 2.0. Why don't you comment on? This is their show. They just sit and read the fucking chat. It's fucking pathetic. And by the way, this is 90% of podcasts. 90% of podcasts. Could I get some fucking money? Could you please give me money? Money. It's an exchange. It's quid pro quo. Talk to the people. Address them. Give them a story, something they might go, wow, that's interesting. Play a fucking video game. Anything. But sitting there staring at the chat going, Mayor Comia, oi nai, does Opie even need super chats? Yeah. Another win for the toe. Thank you. That's very funny. Ghost Crusader TV. See? Fucking retarded. I don't know. Look, I'm not a back pat guy. And I will never say that I invented this medium. It was going on long before me. especially the audio version of podcasts. But I think having a show might be something that I did in the very early days of podcasting. And then anyone that came up during that time also did what I guess you could call a show. And then there was this point where everyone just looked and said, you mean people make money just turning a camera and a mic on and going bloody, bloody, and then money comes in? Well, I got to get me some of that. And people that have zero ability to communicate anything are now thinking, hey, give me super chats. I want a super chat. I was a stand-up. I could broadcast. And all of a sudden, they're now podcasters.
God damn it, Doom.
Doom! Find God! Find God!
God damn it, Doom. You quit that. It's not happening for the last freaking time.